Hi guys, thanks for tuning in today. Today we're going to talk about marketing problems with dealerships. What is the biggest problem that a dealership's facing when it's coming to marketing? I'm Paul Potratz. I'm here with Nan Mossy, Christy Potratz, and Samantha Cunningham. So Nan, what do you think the biggest problem, if we were start to bring it in and kind of discuss this, what is one of the biggest problems dealers are facing right now?
In marketing, it's putting together a cohesive strategy. There's so many tools available, there's so many channels to communicate, and knowing enough about each one of those to make them fit together as a puzzle and build the most powerful strategy that you can is very difficult for our dealers.
Christy, follow up on that a little bit.
I think our dealers are being targeted every day with the next thing that's going to help them sell 100 cars, and they get sucked into that without taking the time that they need to take to really research and make sure that those are really good decisions. I think if we all took a step back, and if you have kids, look at your teenager and say your teenager just makes their babysitting money and they're taking that money to do purchase a cell phone. The time they take to research that cell phone, they look at online reviews, they look at results, they look at, is the phone going to be able to take the kind of pictures they want. They're fully armed with all the information they need before they go purchase that cell phone. They're not, someone from Apple isn't calling them on the phone, and if you buy this today, I guarantee that you're going to get this. You really need to do your research and make sure that you're working with a partner that's reputable and that really has your goals in mind.
So we're really talking about spraying and praying. A lot of business owners, a lot of dealerships are spraying and praying. They go to a conference, they see that shiny nickel, and they're like, oh yeah, I'll take it. And they're thinking, I'm gonna sell 5 more cars here, 5 more cars here. So Samantha, follow up with that.
Well, with that, how are you creating a cohesive strategy? If you're going to 5 different vendors, they're not communicating and they're not problem solving. That's the biggest thing with dealers who work with us, is every problem is an opportunity to create a cohesive solution. And that's what each of you are talking about, doing that homework and making sure that the problem is what you're solving and creating an opportunity and solution that coincide with one another.
So if you kind of think about that exactly, so you hire somebody to do your email marketing, somebody to do display, somebody to do paid search, someone to do, well, if you do marketing automation, a different company does your website, a different company does video pre-roll, a different company does equity mining. You start adding all of these up and you're dealing with 15 different vendors. They all got a goal that they're trying to accomplish that doesn't match your goal. But here's the big talk, fraud. What about fraud in advertising right now? Christy, talk about fraud. You love numbers.
Oh, that's Nan Mossy. No. There is. We don't have to beat those dead horses. It's all in all of the publication. There's big whistleblowing things going on about how easy it is with digital marketing to work those numbers. But it's, even if you want to go past fraud, I think the benefit to working with us is not only looking at those problems and opportunities and all those services in one place, but when you work with us, you have a performance manager who is watching your sales report numbers every week. And if you're not meeting your goals, they're taking from all those strategies and plugging it where they need to do it to make sure that you have your goal. If you have somebody that does retargeting, PPC, email in 3 different locations, your account manager in those places aren't worried about whether you're hitting your goals or not. They're not. They're just worried about whether your check cashed. And that reminds me of a story of when one of our clients actually called a competing vendor and said, I'm just calling to see how my account's doing. And the reply was, well, your credit card went through, so it's great.
Yeah, so I think it's important that people watching this video understand that we are a full-service advertising agency. We do digital, we do traditional, we do video production, we do everything that a dealership needs. Granted, we have clients that all they do is they come to us for a website like Dealer Lead Driver or email marketing or paid search. So we've got the individual services, but we package it all together. And what better way than when we're putting it all together, we're building the strategy, the unique selling proposition. We're looking at the numbers. You've got one company to hold accountable is really what it is. And if you have a unique selling proposition, you got to think about it. If you've got 15 different vendors, is that unique selling proposition, is it transferring across all of your advertising mediums? Probably not. Samantha, what do you got to add to that?
So just think about it when you're looking to hire a vendor, when you're looking to create a solution to a problem you're facing, your first goal, your first job was not to be a marketer. So we love to talk to dealers who like to talk about ideas and build off our strategies. That's what makes our jobs fun, right? But we don't want to have to go back to you and ask you, hey, is this working? We need to do that for you. And that's the difference that Christy was talking about with the performance manager and with the strategies that, Nan's digital team is coming up with new strategies every day. And that's so we can do that legwork for you and then come back to you with that success.
I think that's what makes it very enjoyable, because we have clients saying, you guys are different. You're not coming to me going, hey, what do you want to do this month? Instead, we're pushing them. We're pushing the envelope saying, this is what we got to do. Because we're asking those questions. How is your CPO? How is new cars? How is used cars? What do you have in transit? Those type of things. We're understanding. It's one thing with the marketing. Because we can drive traffic to the website all day long, right guys? Mm-hmm. But let's expand on that, Nan.
Yeah.
So we drive traffic to the website, and what?
Sure, I can put as many website visits as you want in your analytics. I can push as much traffic as you want to your website, but it's not all going to be relevant, valuable traffic. What we find very often is if we're more careful about who we push to the website, and we're bringing in perhaps a fewer visitors, we're bringing in the visitors that are really in the buying cycle and ready to commit, and our closing ratios go up. We get same number of leads, but we're selling more cars because we're bringing the right people.
So you're saying a better quality of a lead,
Absolutely.
better quality traffic to the website. And you can do that through paid search, but now we're driving this better quality of traffic. We're giving them a better quality conversion. In other words, a conversion in our book is somebody fills in a lead form, gives you a phone number, you're actually talking to a person to buy a car. But now we're driving that opportunity, but then what happens after that, Samantha, that our performance managers do?
They evaluate it. So we do lead evaluations, website evaluations, and make sure, like Nan was saying, we see your closing ratio go up. We're not asking them for that. We're finding that out and then evaluating where along the lines we can take a step further and work with your team members in the BDC or in your internet department and train with them and show them ways to even capitalize on missed opportunities. Those people who didn't buy a car this month, they're not out of the game. We need to continue to talk to them, and that's what we do.
So we evaluate all of your media. And when we talk about that, we're evaluating TV buys if it's traditional client. We're evaluating third party like, AutoTrader, Cars.com. We're evaluating their chat provider. If they're not an approved vendor of ours, we don't work with them. Simple as that. All right, any last thoughts, guys?
The one thing that I wanted to point out is that when you're working with a lot of vendors and things are scattered, you don't have the ability to be nimble. When you're working with a partner that is really looking at how all of these dynamic pieces are working together, if something happens in the middle of the month and we see that you're not tracking the way you wanted to, we can take action and we can make these pieces work together dynamically and turn things for you. I think that makes a big difference between working with vendors and working with a partner.
Nan, thanks for that. And so what I'm going to do is open it up to Samantha. We know you've got a last comment, Sam. Here you go.
We'd love to talk to you about how we can help make your problems opportunities. Give us a call so we can talk about how we can partner together. That's about it.
Guys, thanks for watching the video. And again, if you're working with a lot of vendors, you don't have to. It doesn't make a lot of sense because you're spending a lot more money than you need to, and you're not getting the results that you're looking for. So we're turning problems into opportunities, and we'll see you in the next video.